And we're
Yep.
flashing?
Let's go.
Talk to me.
I am talking.
Good, you're making
Always talk.
Well, you weren't talking then, were you?
I'm always talking.
Oh, we nearly forgot the lights then, because,
We're on a rolling start. We're trying to get. We're in a car park.
we're in a lit car park. That's
We're
what
in
it
a lit
is.
car park. This is going to mess up the video, I'm sure.
Probably, 100%. It's going to put us into the HD, isn't it?
Probably. The 4K.
The 4K. I mean, you did spend money on a 4K camera, so let's fucking use it.
Let's hope.
And well, this video automatically cannot be demonetized because I've said the word fuck within the
Yep.
first 30 seconds.
Again, we don't have enough viewers to be
We
monetized.
will
anyway.
not have enough viewers to be ridiculous.
Oh dear.
Right, just talk inane shit until we get out of the car park.
Okay, so I was going to bring this up a bit later, but we'll do it now while you're dealing with the car parky thingy.
Yeah, sure.
Because we can't get through that one, so you have to swing
Don't
through
worry.
it.
Oh, no.
I was insulted by a Karen, Ben.
That's your life, though, isn't it?
Oh, no. Because she went to TripAdvisor,
Yeah.
and the only way that we know that she was talking about me is because there was two blokes working that day, me and BFG. BFG has what? Very long blonde hair.
Very long blonde hair.
Okay. So when she refers to the redhead guy, who is she talking about? I am not a redhead. I am not a redhead. No. I am not ginger. I was born bleach blonde.
Is there something wrong with being ginger?
No. However, if you're going to insult me and be sexist towards me, then at least get my hair colour right.
I've had a Karen get my hair colour wrong before.
I don't appreciate it. I don't have a lot of hair left for you to get it wrong.
Yeah. I mean, when I had my hair colour like miscoloured, this was when I was working at the Purple Hotel. So naturally, I had more hair than I didn't do now.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, they said the blonde haired guy.
Nah.
And I was the only guy working that day, so I can tell you now, I ain't blonde.
Yeah, well, I can tell you now, I ain't ginger.
Well,
I might have the occasional ginger hair in my beard, maybe.
Maybe it was just the lighting?
What? Broad daylight?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
The sun was shining down on your blonde locks.
What, indoors?
Yes.
And no. Absolutely not.
Brilliant.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Go on.
You can read what is probably a 4-page essay on TripAdvisor.
Right. So
Okay.
apart from miscolouring your hair, what did she complain about?
Well,
Because you called her a Karen.
Well, first of all, she came in on a Saturday lunch at 1:30 when the restaurant was fully booked, and it was busy. And then she was just like, "Yeah, I want a table for two." I was like, "Well, unless you got booking, then no." But she was just like, "Well, we'll just sit at the bar." And I said, "Okay, you can sit at the bar. Wouldn't recommend having a 3-course meal at the bar."
Oh, they had a 3-course meal at the bar.
No. What I'm saying, I quote.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend having a 3-course meal at the bar. She was like, well, obviously not. I was like, okay, so you're just here for a drink and a snack then, so of course you're more than welcome to sit at the bar. And a coconut tea.
Coconut tea.
Coconut tea. And then as she was leaving, she was like, I was here in like 2017. I was like, that's cool. I was like, that's way before me. I was like, that is way before me. But however, I shall let you carry on. And she was just like, and I thought the service was appalling then. I will be leaving you another review. You've left one before. So the next day, owners came up to me and were just like, there's a review about you. Well, we can only assume it's about you. Are you a redhead? I was like, absolutely not. That's how I found out she called me a ginger, basically. So we read this ridiculously long review. I'm not even going to bother getting it up and talking and read it out for you. I then scrolled through her page, who has left something stupid like over 2,000 reviews.
Right.
So she's clearly a keyboard warrior.
Yeah. Do you think, because you get those people who are like, oh, I'm an influencer, so give me free things. Do you think she's hoping to be one of them?
Well, this is the thing. If you go to her Facebook page, where her TripAdvisor has a link to, Okay.
Right.
It looks like she's trying to be an influencer, but she's got like 100 followers. It's so funny. I mean, don't get me wrong. Look at, everybody has to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But when you've been leaving reviews and doing these things since like 2016, it's now 2023, I'd give up on your day job, love.
Yeah.
And go back to the career you were doing before.
However, how much do you trust reviews?
Oh, I don't trust reviews at all.
No, neither do I.
I look at the general consensus.
I don't even do that because, like, firstly, my favorite thing to do is anywhere read the 1-star reviews.
Oh,
because they are the Karens who've had a bad experience, and not only are they just going to say, "Oh, I've had a bad experience, 1 star." No. They will create a whole story where they're the hero and they were misunderstood and everything. Don't bother fucking getting it up.
No, carry on. I'm just looking at something else.
But then
something to do with that.
like the 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
I don't bother with them either because, like, I now go on to a pub quiz every Monday.
Yeah.
They started coming around with little QR codes and like, oh, leave us a review with this QR code.
What, for a quiz?
No, for the restaurant.
Okay.
Leave us a review and then come to the bar and gain a free cocktail.
Okay.
They're not going to give you a free cocktail if you give them a 1-star, are they?
Yeah, of course not.
No. You have to leave a review. They're probably then going to read it.
Yeah.
Make sure it's all kosher and make sure it, puts them in a good light.
And then you
get the free cocktail.
Ridiculous.
And so all the 5-star reviews I ever read, I'm like, yes, but what is in it for you?
Yeah, exactly. You have to kind of look at the 4 stars. My favourite one is actually going to Google. Google review system now is so much better than, because you don't have to leave a review. You can just do, in like Black Mirror where they do like the star rating.
Yes.
And you don't leave a review. Google review, you can very much do like just a rating.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
No, I like that because actually sometimes, you know what, if you've had an average experience, yeah, okay, cool, 4-star or whatever. I prefer the fact, as a general, because if we're like, when we go to America, I've been looking at like restaurants in the area and things like that. I'll look at TripAdvisor for a giggle. Mine and Patricia's favourite pastime in the pub while we're drinking is sitting there reading Google reviews for said pub that we're drinking in, because some of them are absolutely bloody hilarious. However, like Google reviews, I feel like you get an honest side of things.
See, no, I don't like the ones where you're just allowed to leave a rating and no comment, because when I worked in the Purple Hotel, of course, my KPIs were based on TripAdvisor reviews.
Yeah.
And so they're like, right, you've only got a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah. What are you doing wrong? What can you improve? And it's like, I don't know, because people aren't commenting what's wrong. They're just leaving a 3 out of 5 stars. No comment on to what to improve, so I don't know what to improve.
Yeah, but then when I was like with the coloured pub chain, that my KPIs were the same. My bonus system was based on TripAdvisor and X, Y, and Z. But then when I was at the French cafe, they were very much on actually moving their thing to Google reviews, because they found that because when you Google a restaurant, it comes up with the Google reviews first.
Yes.
If you want to go to TripAdvisor, you then have to look into it.
Yeah.
So actually, they were at that point, they were then moving from TripAdvisor to Google. So actually, people.
But that still wouldn't change it. If they left a review of 3 out of 5 stars, and your manager comes to you and goes, "Why is this only 3 out of 5 stars?" I don't know.
But I always found, and this is the same. I've got so many personally. I have so many nice reviews about me on Google, but on TripAdvisor is where I get the bad ones.
Yeah.
Because people like to leave a bad TripAdvisor review, but on Google they're happy to just go 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, 5 star.
Yeah.
Because it's quick and easy. I'd rather take 10 5 stars with no review than like 2 4 star on TripAdvisor.
If you get them 5 stars, that's fine, because that's basically saying you've done nothing wrong.
I am a 5 star guy. John Hamm would be happy.
Fuck off, would you?
I am a 5 star guy.
If they're leaving 5 stars with no comment, fine, because they're basically saying there's nothing more you could have done. But if they're giving you a 2 and a 3 and no comment, what have we done wrong to deserve a 2 or a 3?
Yeah, I get that. That bit I get. But like 5 stars.
And you can easily tell when someone's had a bad experience, but they're then exaggerating it, because that's when they give you a big essay and a big story. You know, well, firstly, we walked in on a rainy day. The clouds were covering, you know. They proper go into it, don't they?
It's like it's a fucking like Charles Dickens novel, isn't it?
The grey clouds were swarming above the restaurant, which gave us an eerie feeling of ominousity. Is that a word? No, you know, an ominous feeling.
Yeah, that's so
This
true.
ominous feeling was further
It's so
extended by the lack of a warm welcome by the wench with the big knock. I went Charles Dickens there for you.
You did. I appreciate that. But oh god, yeah, that was true. But
Yeah, I don't trust reviews in the slightest as far as I can remember. The only reviews I trust are for IT, for like tech.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because 9 times out of 10, if someone goes, this doesn't work, you can guarantee that
it doesn't work.
it doesn't work.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so. But once again, if they give you a story, you're like, well, it's just you then.
Yeah.
So how have you been?
Actually, shall we do intro?
Intro? What do you mean? Intro. Okay.
All right, guys, how you doing? Welcome to episode 17. We're already about 20 minutes into this episode or whatever. But thank you for joining us on this little thing. I'm doing all right. I've only got 3 days left before nearly 3 weeks off, so I'm very much in that. Look, at the time of recording this, I've had a really shit couple of months, and I am very much looking to have a couple of weeks
off. But the problem is because you come on here and you complain for 5-10 minutes about work, and it fills the time. The times when you've had time off, and you're like, I said, you go, how's things? Yeah,
it's fine.
You have nothing to say. So you need to use those 3 weeks to go and do something.
I know.
Other than sitting on your ass and having a wank.
Look,
you can do that first thing in the morning.
But there's only so many times I can do that throughout the day. Just the once. I'm getting to the stage. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. I can't do it anymore. But yeah, I'm alright. It's been a busy week.
Mate, we've got 2 weeks to cover because of me.
Oh yeah. Because you had the Rona. Ben had coronavirus.
Well, this video is now going to get taken down.
Oh well, the first one we're done within the first 5 minutes anyway. So
no, that was monetization. But if you say the C words, it just gets taken down.
It'll be alright.
It'll be fine. But yes, I had the Rona.
Ben had the Rona.
I had the Rona. 2 actually. I got off very lightly. I only had 3 symptoms.
Yeah.
Blocked nose.
Yeah.
Low energy levels.
Yeah.
And everything tasting really salty.
Which is really weird.
But yeah, those are my symptoms.
That's fair.
So I was still working from home and everything. I wasn't sort of like dying. Apart from Friday when it had a bad night's sleep. So
yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, other than busy week, nothing else really of important to note.
No, I have my Karen story.
You had your Karen story.
That was about to sum up. I've just literally been going. I'm losing a good member of staff. She handed her notice in. She's done with hospitality. Quite a young one.
Smart girl.
Yeah, can't blame her.
Well done.
Gonna miss her a lot.
Of course you are. You're gonna miss the good staff.
Oh, of course.
You know.
So.
Because you work in hospitality now. I used to work in hospitality. You hire specific people to do a specific role, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, you hire the good ones to actually work the shifts.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you, but when I worked in the Purple Hotel, I specifically hired people who were no good at the job.
Yeah.
But they were good looking. And it's not for me to perv on. Before anyone gets up at set, it wasn't for me to perv on.
He was good looking that you perved on him.
I did, but that's not why I hired him. I hired him so whenever a woman wanted to make a complaint,
you sent him.
He was half Italian, so he had like that olive skin, dark hair, and you know, those like, do they have hazel eyes? Yeah, they have hazel eyes. You know,
either that or like olive greeny.
Yeah. So he was like half Italian, so he had all that in him. He must have done squats.
Oh, okay, yeah. Perky,
and he wore the tightest trousers to show said squats off.
Yeah.
So whenever a woman had a complaint, I'd be like, no worries, I'll just get half Italian to come take your complaint.
Gino De Campo.
No, he's half Italian, so he's gin. I'll be like, no worries, I'll just go get gin. He'll come and just write it down for you. And every single time, he would always come back going, they didn't want to make a complaint. I was like, oh, really? Did they?
That's weird.
You know, you pick your battles.
You do, and then you send the right people to fight.
Exactly, because he was dumb as 2 short planks.
From what I remember of the stories that you telling me about him, he was dumb.
Yeah. He was not the smartest person in the world. And so, yeah, I hired him purely on the basis of he'll be able to calm some guests down.
Yeah.
I mean, there was already a girl who worked there before I joined that hotel who was a bit on the busty side, shall we say.
Yeah.
And so instantly I knew that she would be the one to take all the blokes' complaints.
Of course. 100%.
100%. And once again, hardly any of the complaints ever actually made it through.
Yeah, funny that.
Funny that. So yeah, so you hire the good ones to actually do
that. Yeah, then you hire the attractive ones to talk to said people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, you hire the attractive ones to go stand outside and sort of like waft people in.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
But yeah, so as I said, I had the Rona.
You had the Rona. You work from home, so there isn't like much work gossip, is there?
No, but of course, Edge, who I share customers with, she's off on holiday this week. And actually, I have a question about that for you.
Okay.
You're off on holiday.
Yes.
When you come back,
yes,
would you rather hear that it's been mentally busy and you've missed all that, or it's been ridiculously quiet and you've missed the quiet period?
I'd rather miss the busy bit.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm not being funny. I'm not taking nearly 3 weeks off to miss the fucking quiet time. I'd rather work that bit and then miss the busy bit. It's the other way around.
It's been really quiet this week.
Oh, I would be mortified.
Dreading when she comes in on Monday and she's like, right, what's happened? I'll be like, nothing.
Fuck all. I had Rona. That was about as
like,
busy as it got.
She left me a full-on handover.
Yeah.
And half of it was like, if this happens, do this. If this happens, do that. And if this happens, do that. None of it's happened. Unless everything hits the fan tomorrow.
Yeah. So when's she back to work then? Friday?
No, Monday.
Oh, Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Thursday.
It's Thursday today, darling.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's just like, I would be so annoyed if I went off on holiday and then came back to find out it was ridiculously quiet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So I feel so bad for her.
Yeah. Sometimes, with obviously this good member of staff going for me.
Yeah.
I was panicking because obviously her final week is this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Her final day is this Sunday, and then obviously I'm off from Monday. So I was panicking about staffing and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So there was talks about me not having my time off and everything else. But luckily, we managed to pull somebody else in, and they seem very competent, so we know what we have them to do. But I had it in my mind that, you know, when somebody's off, that's it. I'm going to be in. Things are going to hit the fan. X, Y, and Z. It's been all right.
Good.
So, but I did want to talk to you about a movie that I watched yesterday.
Go on then. Off you go.
Because I know you're not a big fan of. Well, I say you're not a big fan, but you obviously haven't watched the movies.
I've not watched any of the Creed films.
Or the
Spoiler alert, he went and watched Creed 3.
Creed 3 was brilliant.
Good, I'm happy for you.
I love the Rocky movies.
Mm-hmm.
I love the first 2 Creed movies.
Mm-hmm.
This, I love the most out of these 3 Creed movies. You know why? Because Michael B. Jordan loves anime. Okay?
Right, yeah.
And there was so many scenes, especially the fighting scenes, that just felt like watching live anime. And it actually really worked. Really, really worked. He even replicated a very famous scene from Dragon Ball Z where Goku and Vegeta are fighting.
Right, okay.
In the boxing scene. And it was phenomenal. It was really, really good. Storyline, I feel like you would actually enjoy the movie. But no. I feel like you would. Not because of those bits, but I feel like it's not because it's like a boxing or, you know, it's not like sport or anything. But I think you'd actually enjoy the storyline. I think you would.
I don't think so. From what I saw on the trailer, when not just like the normal trailer, but you know the trailer when he was promoting that it was all like filmed in IMAX, and he was doing like a trailer mixed with like a mini interview. Watching that, I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, but I think actually watching it would be different. And this is another thing actually, is what I wanted to bring up, was even though it's the 3rd in the franchise for Creed, I don't think it's one of those ones that you actually have to worry about watching the other two.
Right.
I feel like you can watch it and pick up, because I didn't get a chance to rewatch like Creed 1 and 2 before watching the third.
Well, that's just not good enough, is
I know,
it?
it's just not cricket. However, I didn't get a chance, but then there was like things that were going on that were going, okay, well, now I remember that bit, but actually it doesn't make a difference to the story that character's in there, in the sense of you can watch it and not have to worry about who this person is in his life.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it enough to know that this person is important, so you don't actually have to watch the first two movies.
Mm-hmm.
And things like that. So I think overall it was a very, very good film. And I think you would honestly enjoy it.
Well,
We'll never know.
We'll never know, no.
But I do think it was a good film.
Yes, but you think a lot of films are good films. I think in the time we've been doing this, there's only been 2 films that you've maybe sort of went meh. Yeah. And even then, you haven't said, oh, they're bad. You just gone, no, they're not good. So
let's face it. Then none of these movies are The Hatching. So
no. Dear Lord, The Hatching.
That was a bad film.
That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Do you know what I think? Give it 5 or so years, and it will start having a cult following for being such a bad film.
Yeah. 100%. 100% agree with that.
Right, I have a question for you now.
Oh, okay.
Would you think, as a straight guy,
oh, okay,
all gay guys are good at blowjobs?
I would assume that. No. Before you like start waving your hands.
Before I go off on one, yeah.
Before you go on off one, okay. I would assume that blokes would be better. Maybe not 100%, because everybody's different. Okay, everybody likes certain things within their blowjobs. Okay, everybody's different. Some people prefer like deeper, and some people don't, and some people prefer the tip and X, Y, and Z. I would assume that blokes would have a better understanding of that than women. I would not necessarily say that men would be better. I feel like you have something to put input into this.
See, the fact that men have penises,
yes,
they know, as you said, they know what they like, they know what they enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can say, everyone likes it slightly different. Some people like it deeper, some people don't. Some like the tip, some... Fine, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Who likes it with teeth? I'm sorry, but who likes it with teeth?
I feel like there's a story that you're going to.
Oh, there's hundreds. To the point
like,
now where a guy asked me if I want him to suck me off, and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I don't want to risk it. You know that meme? You're gonna have to put it up in between our heads of SpongeBob with the chocolate bar scraping it along his teeth.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that? Testing your editing skills here.
I can't be done. I have to find a new video editor. I did try with Puss in Boots. It wasn't good. It wasn't working.
But yeah, I've had too many of those.
Yeah, I
I only bring this up because, of course, last night I may have had some extracurricular activities.
Yes, of course. We have had this like brief discussion over dinner.
Well, yeah, but the viewers don't.
No. However,
and once again he asked me, and I was like, I'm good. And he was like, oh, do you not enjoy them? I was like, no, I've had too many bad experiences, which is shocking, because you would have thought men would know what to do.
Yeah.
Because they have one themselves.
Yeah, but I do feel like there is a case of everybody is different. I wouldn't say that I like teeth in the sense of SpongeBob me.
No.
But like, playfully. It's the same with like nibbling and things like that on the neck.
Yeah, there's a difference between nibbling and biting.
Yeah, 100%. But then, like I was going to bring this up because, and since we're on the topic of sex and everything else, like I only just discovered what a golden apple is in. Come
on, what is that?
What do you mean? It's a gay thing, man.
Well, you're gonna have to explain it to me then.
Right. Well, think of golden in general.
Yeah.
And an apple, as in the fruit.
Yes.
Think of showering said apple and then inserting.
Oh.
I assume this was a general thing because it was on a TV show. They mentioned it.
Never heard of it before in my life.
Wow.
I mean, I've heard of golden showers.
Yeah, obviously.
But golden apple, no.
Okay, well, funny enough, it was from the TV show that I sent you the Snapchat about the other day.
Oh, right, okay.
So
Yeah, I haven't actually watched that.
you need to watch that. Okay, Modern Family is a show. It's funny. Like 11 seasons. I think there's like 12 seasons. I haven't watched the last season.
It's on Disney Plus now. I'll get to it
that's
eventually.
what I'm saying. You need to watch it.
I'll get
You need
to
to
it
watch
eventually.
it. You need to watch it.
Calm your tits.
But yeah, but either way, okay. But as diverging back to the sexual things, as opposed to TV shows.
Yeah.
I think everybody's different. I've been with women that don't actually like blokes going down on them
Mm-hmm.
and things like that, which is normally odd because normally you would have thought that they would prefer that.
Normally, guys are so shit with their dicks, they kind of rely on the cunnilingus, don't they?
Exactly. But then some of them don't want that at all. So I think it just varies on the person.
Yeah, but I still.
But I agree with you. One would assume that blokes know what they're doing when they're down.
Well, especially since you always see these videos of like, well, not videos, but gays are always like, oh yeah, I hit on straight guys. I tell them that I'm way better at sucking them off than the girls are. It's like, are you? Are you sure about that?
Right. So this takes me back to a time when I was working in the pub.
Right.
Okay. And there was a really nice guy, older, like 40s, late 40s, kind of mid to late 40s. And I remember he was saying that he was getting to the stage where in his life where he would rather just have a good blowjob than having to go for the whole rigmarole of sex.
I mean, I get that.
And he'd rather that. And I was just thinking, as obviously a young man at the time, I was like, no, I want the full punani. And
yeah, but you've also got to remember his adjective, a good blowjob. Not just a blowjob, a good.
Yeah, but I guess what he was trying to say is I'd rather have a good blowjob than just average sex.
Yeah.
Where I would just like sex. But I think that's probably because it's been a while.
It has, hasn't it? Yeah.
But I feel like it does vary on the person and everything else.
Yes, I would agree on that part.
Ooh, it's busy.
It is busy. Well, it's earlier than what we normally do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't find somewhere to park up and do final thoughts.
We'll have to find somewhere to do final thoughts.
We'll have to find somewhere, yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. Overall, one would assume that males would be better at the downstairs regions of another.
I love how you're trying to like dance around the words.
Well, I mean, we're going to get demonetised anyway.
Yeah.
One would assume that blokes were better at blowjobs on blokes.
Yes.
Than
girls. One would assume.
And I don't want to sound like a slut, but I've slept with a few women, and I'd honestly say, in my high number, there's probably only a couple I'd ever receive a blowjob from again.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. No, of all my number, there was probably only a few who I would allow to suck me off again.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those things. It's just like a life.
Yes.
A life thing.
Very much so. Right, I know what I'm going to do, but we just need to keep talking so we can then do fun.
Rhubarb.
Stop with the fucking rhubarb!
You love rhubarb.
You love fucking rhubarb.
I love rhubarb. Rhubarb's nice. I like rhubarb.
Disgusting.
What is wrong with rhubarb?
Everything.
There's nothing wrong with rhubarb.
It's dry and nasty and horrible.
Well, if you're having dry, nasty rhubarb, then yes, I understand that, but I don't think it should be dry and nasty. It's actually nice.
Nope. Disagree.
I wouldn't. Oh, God.
Yes, it's a small back road. Where,
yeah, I know.
Of course, it's going to be a bit bumpy.
Okay, well, in that case, we'll let you park. Oh my God, I had a heart attack earlier.
Yeah.
There I was, making himself a bacon sandwich for breakfast. And then suddenly this guy in a high-vis jacket was using a ladder to climb up in my neighbour's garden. And that's not a euphemism. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? So I was like messaging my neighbour. I was like, you realise there is like a bloke on a ladder climbing into your garden? And she was like, I didn't realise he was going to climb into my garden with a ladder. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But anyway,
Final thoughts?
final thoughts.
Karens are hilarious and they love to write little stories on TripAdvisor and leave reviews.
Exactly.
You can generally tell a false review because they're either extremely good or extremely bad.
And if it's like a really poor review but massively long, then they're clearly a twat.
Yeah. You liked Creed 3?
Creed 3 was epic.
And guys need to get better at blowjobs.
And so do women.
And so do I. Everyone needs to get better at blowjobs.
Exactly.
After this video, go watch a video on how to get a blowjob. I'm sure they exist
Mum,
somewhere.
please don't.
Mr. South, does Mr. South need to look at Mr. South, please leave a review.
No.
1 or 5 star, no comment.
You know what? Next time I see my parents, I'm going to clip around the ear. You know that.
100%. Your fault for telling them to watch this.
Well, we needed the views.
We did.
And on that note,
I feel like there's something else we're missing. What have we talked about? We talked about blowjobs, Creed 3, reviews. I feel like we're missing something. Hire sexy people. They help.
Yes. Employ sexy people to deal with the opposite sex.
Don't employ them to do good work, though.
The only issue is now you cannot assume that they are attracted to that sex.
True.
So, employ. No, turn it off.
Don't employ sexy people. We're being stupid.
Turn it off.
And on that note,
turn it off. Because I was going to say something we get so much.
On that note, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Why am I doing this? This is normally you.
Just gotta stop laughing. Yeah.
Please like, comment, subscribe, share,
All that jazz.
all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one.